This lesson is on business stakeholders. We will explore the responsibilities of a business organization to persons or groups like employees, the government, and the community. Who is a stakeholder? A stakeholder is any person or group that is affected by the activities of a business organization. In other words, a stakeholder is interested in the business's performance. Examples of stakeholders include shareholders or owners, suppliers, creditors or lenders, the government, and the community. Internal stakeholders are those stakeholders that are within the business, e.g., employees. Those stakeholders outside the business organization are external stakeholders, for example, the community. The stakeholders have different objectives and expectations from the firm. We are going to consider the organization's responsibilities to each stakeholder. We will start with the responsibilities to the shareholders. A shareholder owns part of the business because he provides part of the capital of the business. The responsibilities of a business to the shareholders or owners include the following. Number 1, run the business to provide good returns on shareholders' investments. That is to say, adequate profit must be made to compensate the shareholders periodically through dividend payments. Number 2, the managers must run the business in such a way that the capital provided by the shareholders is preserved. They must not put shareholders' money into very risky projects that could lead to a loss of shareholders' investments. Number 3, the managers must account for how they manage the business. They do this through regular meetings, known as annual general meetings, with the shareholders. The shareholders would be reluctant to provide further capital for the expansion of the business if their needs are not met. Responsibilities to employees. The business must keep the workers motivated by paying salaries that are commensurate with their efforts and similar to what other organizations in the same industry pay. The workers also want the security of their jobs and a safe environment to work in. In addition, they want the organization to give them the opportunity to grow and advance their career through training programs. Workers tend not to work for a long time in a workplace where their interests are not considered. They also tend to be less productive in such an environment. Responsibilities to suppliers. Suppliers are those that make goods and services available to the business. They want to be paid on time after supplying products to the business. They also want the organization to pay fair prices for their supplies. For example, suppliers may not get good prices if the business is the major buyer of their products. Responsibilities to the community. The business is under obligation to reduce the negative impact of its activities on the environment. It has to reduce all kinds of pollution such as air, noise, and water pollution. A business organization could sponsor community projects and provide jobs for people in the community. Business can only thrive if the community is friendly and supportive of its activities. For example, the community could disrupt business activities or drag the business to court for compensation if there is water pollution. Some communities in Nigeria have dragged Shell plc to court in the United Kingdom for pollution from oil exploration. Militants also attacked oil facilities because of the destruction of their agricultural land, fishing habitats, and waterways. There were instances where oil companies have been fined by the government or court for environmental damage. Responsibilities to customers. The customers buy the firm's products. They want quality products, that is, products that meet their specific requirements and do not cause any harm to them. Customers do not want advertising to be deceptive. The products they buy must function according to the claims of the business. The customers are important for the long-term survival of the business, as they can boycott the business if it does not care about their interests. Responsibilities to the government. The policies and regulations of the government can encourage business activities. The responsibilities of the business to the government include regular tax payments, creating jobs for the people, and compliance with applicable laws and regulations.